Prove to me that you can auto B9 consistently without wham then. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? New players need wHaMsHeLl if they can't get chain. Is that so? I don't remember farming wHaMsHeLl for my 3-star B9 clear. Interesting. Interesting. Interesting that I didn't farm wHaMsHeLl for my 3-star B9. With my 5-star rune clear. Interesting. Good for you, enjoy your grey runes. This guy. Hey, it's better than Mr. Go Farm B7. How are you B9? Oh, that's easy, man. I got Boomer, remember? You forget, they give us Boomer. I just gotta max his level, and I'll farm B9. Easy. Wham gets you manual B10, 3-star clear. Ew. Mirage Tower? B9 auto and great on invasion and chaos. See, people are all like, oh, wHaMsHeLl's a tank, wHaMsHeLl's a tank. wHaMsHeLl's not a tank, guys. wHaMsHeLl is not a fucking tank. He's tanky, he has no focus aggro, hence he is not a tank. Alright? Simple as that. wHaMsHeLl is not a fucking tank. Alright? I'm sorry, but he's not. Yes, Wham is a bruiser. He is not a focus aggro user, therefore he is not a tank. Sorry. He is handy. He will not keep the mobs in B10 from killing your damage dealers, which you both learned the hard way by using wHaMsHeLl on the right multiple times and then getting your igniters killed. Okay, so let's talk about rune drop rates and the quality of runes you get. Are you really saying that a player needs to spend 4 to 5 days farming wHaMsHeLl for a 1% rune increase? Is that what you reckon? When half the people that were farming B10 first skipped B9? Is that what you're saying? Let's talk about how people skipped. Let's talk about, yeah, 1% increase from B8 to B9. Less than 48 hours? That's a lot of farming. Most people don't have like, yeah, most people aren't Fire Bloom farming their Skylander shards. Wham solo boss on B9 for most part. He also does damage. Yeah, he can survive the boss. And if everyone else dies, you're looking at how long is your run. You know what I mean? That's what I mean though, like it's not necessary. There's other units that make it faster. And then I moved over to Wailing 8 so that I could start optimizing the runes correctly. Well, not correctly, but better. As you can see, he's got 6,000 attack, 8,900 HP, 1,500 defense. He's rocking 74 crit rate, alright, and 239 crit damage. Prove to me that you can auto B9 consistently without wham then. What are you talking about? Alright guys, I'll show you the runes now. Yeah, so when people tell me that wHaMsHeLl is 100% necessity for B9, this is all I have to say to them. Alright guys, I'm going to keep these two. Let's duck over and take a peek at Boomer's runes. He is rocking some Beast 8 runes. Like this account originally farmed Beast 8. Here are his stats. And then I moved over to Wailing 8 so that I could start optimizing the runes correctly. Well, not correctly, but better. As you can see, he's got 6,000 attack, 8,900 HP, 1,500 defense. He's rocking 74 crit rate, alright, and 239 crit damage. We'll go down here. You can see he's got a 6-star fatal rune for his slot 1. I believe this was probably a white rune. Like a lot of these runes were either rare or white. This ward rune, for example, I think was a rare from Beast 8 that rolled a pretty nice crit rate and then got some decent substats. This rune here as well, again, just another Beast 8 rune I had. This 5-star fatal rune rolled some nice substats. Not even maxed. This 5-star fatal rune, again, it rolled some okay substats. As you guys can see, these runes aren't anything super amazing. This rune as well, it's just a 6-star fatal rune, slot 4, HP percent. Nothing out of this world. And you can see that I was using Sharpshooter Terrafin. See if I can find the guy. 1 second. If I go into filter here, that should be a bit easier, right? There he is. And he has no runes and he's base stats. Alright. Now, talents. I do have maxed attack up for talent, so an extra 310 there. I've got level 8 for defense and level 9 for HP. So that does help a little bit. Let me upgrade that one more time, shall I? But as you guys can see, wHaMsHeLl, definitely not 100% required. You know, I do have Troll Bomb Boot maxed out. I would recommend doing this even if you're just running Double Dynamite Toss. As you guys saw, Double Dynamite Toss worked fine, and when paired with another unit, will carry you through B9 quite easily. There's a multitude of units that you can choose from. You do not need wHaMsHeLl for B9. It is not a necessity. Please don't think that it is. However, it is now post-patch. It is much easier to just level up a wHaMsHeLl if you want to go with that route. But don't be afraid to try other units. You know, give it a test, see what works best for you. I found that if I actually add any other unit with Boomer, other than say Sharkfin for his leader skill, it actually makes the run consistency go down. Because I do run Troll Smash, Troll Bomb Boot, having any kind of mana stolen from me, from my Boomer, it actually makes the run consistency go down at this point. Even if I pair him with Ninjini, who isn't on anywhere near enough crit rate, and she doesn't quite proc enough since her skill isn't skilled up. Even with her her buff, that crit rate up buff, even when paired with her, sometimes he just won't crit. So the run only really fails if he doesn't crit on the boss, and even with Njini's crit rate up buff with Sharpshooter, sometimes it will just he won't crit, and that will cause the run to fail, for example, because he is on this crit damage rune. I have a feeling that if I did have this as an attack percentage rune, he might be able to just knock the guy down even without having to crit. But at the moment, for me personally, he does need to crit at least a couple times to make sure that boss dies. And yeah, you know, my Gulper is max 6-star 70. I could power it up to 1 more plus 4. And I have maxed his skilled now. It was only level 2 skill. I was finding that on certain runs, like certain scenarios and boss dungeons and stuff, where I have enough damage just to quickly kill the waves, Gulper does, or he might pop out a focus aggro, but then we'll immediately move on to the next wave. And then by the time we get to the boss, he'll pop out his last focus aggro and he'll immediately die. Whereas I want him up for the boss, right? So I did wind up skilling him up one more time. As you guys saw, it did work out quite nicely when he was still up when we got to the boss and he actually just popped his focus aggro. You know, it took a hit off Boomer, and that'll also work for other places for your teams as well, where Gulper's going to still be alive and he's gonna, pop that little last, he'll have 2 turns left. He'll pop that last focus aggro. He'll be up just long enough for you to get out the hits that you need to get out, and that'll guarantee your clear, right? As you guys can see, I have maxed Troll Smash for my own progression. I just also wanted to show you guys that Dynamite Toss and Troll Bomb Boot work fine, especially when paired with other units, which is where a lot of people will use wHaMsHeLl. But also, you can get away with using units that are not wHaMsHeLl. So, give it a shot, see how it goes for you. I just wanted you guys to know that Boomer is definitely more than capable of carrying a B9 all on his own. This is at least 80-90% consistent, consistency, and with another power up and a little bit more when it comes to say rune upgrades and stuff, it would be 100% with just Boomer on his own, let alone when paired with say sharpshooters, leader skill, among other things. Anyways, I'm gonna call it there, and happy progression, guys. Yeah.